Welcome back to the channel, dear friends. Thank you for returning once again to this space where we journey together into the subtle dimensions of life, spirit, and self-awareness. If you're joining us for the first time, we welcome you with open arms. What we explore here goes far beyond everyday conversation. We dive into the deep and often hidden aspects of consciousness, karma, and the unseen layers of existence. Today's topic may seem strange at first. It might even sound like something pulled from a ghost story or a folk tale. But for those on the spiritual path, this is no fantasy. Have you ever been alone at night, in complete stillness, only to hear someone whisper your name from outside the door or just beyond the window? Have you ever heard footsteps, knocking, or voices when no one was there? And have you ever felt a deep instinct not to respond, even though you were tempted to? In Buddhist monastic traditions, and across many spiritual lineages, these phenomena are well known. And the guidance is very clear. When someone calls your name at night, do not answer. This isn't superstition. It's not fear-based tradition. It's rooted in profound understanding of energy, karma, and the mechanics of the subtle world. Let's begin with a foundational truth. What we perceive is only a fraction of what exists. The human eye sees a limited spectrum of light. The human ear hears a limited range of sound. Beyond our senses, vast dimensions vibrate, some luminous, others shadowed. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean it isn't real. The Buddha taught that the universe is filled with sentient beings of many kinds, some embodied, some disembodied. And just as some people are kind and others harmful, the same is true for unseen beings. They have their own karma, their own emotions, their own intentions. Some are lost, some are curious, some are in pain, some are simply looking for energy, your energy. And so we return to the question, what does it mean when you hear your name called at night? First, let's be clear, it may not be a ghost. In many cases, it's not an external being at all. It may be a projection from your subconscious, an echo of unresolved karma, a vibration from your own unintegrated fears or memories. In deep silence, the mind becomes a mirror. What arises can be profound and sometimes disturbing. This is why in meditation retreats, people often report seeing visions, hearing voices, or feeling presences. It's not always an invasion. Sometimes it's a revelation. But sometimes it is something external. And in those cases, the rule remains, do not respond. Why? Because to respond is to open a door. When you answer a call, you establish a connection, you acknowledge presence, you give permission. And in the subtle realms, where energy is currency, your attention is a powerful offering. Even if the voice sounds like someone you know, a parent, a friend, a partner, be cautious. These forms can be imitated. In the dream bardo, as described in Tibetan teachings, beings can take many appearances. Not all are what they seem. There are numerous stories in Buddhist literature of monks destined in this way. Late at night, a voice calls, a shape appears. A memory is triggered, but the wise do not move. They sit, they observe, they recite mantras, and they wait until dawn. This response is not fear, it is discernment. It is the understanding that not every phenomenon requires reaction. Some phenomena exist only to provoke, and when they find no reaction, they dissolve. But now, let's explore the karmic perspective. Why might such an encounter happen to you? One possibility is unresolved karma. Perhaps a being is connected to your past life, a soul not yet at peace, seeking closure. Perhaps you made a vow and forgot it. Perhaps you harmed and never made amends. In these cases, the voice is a messenger, and your work is not to fear it, but to purify the karma. You can do this through prayer, through chanting, through making offerings, through dedicating merits. Speak not to the being directly, but to the universe. Recite the great compassion mantra, the Heart Sutra, or any sacred text with sincerity. Dedicate the energy to all beings in pain, and especially to those unknown to you but connected through karmic threads. Another reason for these experiences could be energetic vulnerability. The hours of the night are powerful. Between midnight and dawn, the human energy field is more open. Your defenses are lowered, your conscious mind is resting. This makes you more receptive but also more exposed. This is why many traditions advise against wandering outside at night in solitude, and especially why chanting or protective practices are encouraged before sleep. Reciting mantras before bed is not ritual, it's alignment. It's sealing your field. It's reminding your mind, your energy, your body, where home is. Now let's bring this closer to daily life. You might think, I've never had such an experience. Does this even apply to me? Yes, because these teachings aren't just about ghosts or spirits. They're about your relationship with fear, with reaction, with curiosity. Every time something unexpected happens, do you leap toward it? Do you engage blindly? Or do you pause? Do you anchor? Do you choose your response instead of being pulled into one? This is what spiritual maturity looks like. Not avoiding experience, but meeting it from center. Let me share a story. A practitioner once shared that while on retreat, she heard her name called every night at 3:00 a.m. At first, she was terrified. She thought she was going mad, but instead of reacting, she began to chant. Not to force the voice away, but to strengthen her own presence. Over time, the voice faded, not because it was defeated, but because it had no hold. Her fear was gone, and the experience became a teacher not of danger, but of stillness. So what can you do if this happens to you? First, ground yourself. Sit up, breathe, feel your body. Remember who you are. Second, recite any sacred word, mantra, or prayer that connects you to your heart. The name of the Buddha, the name of Avalokiteshvara, the sound of Pom. Third, do not engage. Do not respond. Not with words, not with action, not with fear. Fourth, dedicate. In your heart, offer peace. Say, may all beings find their way. May this moment be a turning point. And fifth, reflect. Ask what in me is being shown. What part of my consciousness is calling for integration? These are not easy moments, but they are sacred. They are invitations to deepen, to purify, to grow. And remember, there is no need to walk this path alone. Find community. Find teachers, find teachings. Surround yourself with light, not just in theory, but in practice. Light your home with prayers. Light your life with mindfulness. Let your very breath be a shield. To conclude, the next time you hear a strange voice in the night, ask yourself not, is it real, but what is real? Let the moment awaken you, not into fear, but into awareness. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this message stirred something within you, please subscribe, give us a like, and leave a comment below. Have you ever experienced something like this? How did you respond? What did it teach you? Your story might guide someone else out of confusion and into clarity.